Hey guys, Ravedge here, and today's vid is going to be the third installment of my Intro to Mistweaver PvP guide. In this vid, I'm going to be covering the healing spells, what healing spells you gain as a Mistweaver, cooldowns, how to use them, and just general tips and tricks with them. However, this is kind of going to be a rough guide because this is something you really need to practice with and come up with your own playstyle. I have my own, which if you've seen in stream before or whatnot, you're gonna make your own way, and I'm gonna then with the fourth installment I'll have like tips and tricks on. I'm gonna want to hear what you guys have with your playstyle, or if you may have changed something a little bit differently from what I've done, because certain things work for certain situations, and I'm trying to learn as much as I am and teach as much as I can at the same time. So just want to quickly throw that out there for you guys. It's gonna be a lot of information, and I think it's around a 25-minute video, but I do try and cram a lot in as tight of a window as I can. So before I babble too much here and waste too much time, I'm going to cut it off and say sit back, relax, and enjoy the vid. Alright guys, now as I just stated at the beginning, I'm going to be covering the spells really roughly, just talk about what they can do, what heals you have, and then explain really fast when to use certain ones and whatnot. First thing I'm going to talk about, though, is the actual Summon Jade Serpent statue. It's not because it's of huge importance, but it's usually the first thing you do in any fight. You drop this down, whether it's a team fight in RBGs or an arena match. It's only 30-second cooldown, 40-yard range, and it costs no mana. The main thing about this thing is, for what this video will be talking about, is just a Serpent's Accord. When you cast Soothing Mist, the Jade Serpent statue will also cast Soothing Mist on an injured ally within 40 yards. So it just does extra free healing. There's no reason not to use this thing. So make sure you put it up as soon as you can. As an actual heals, though, I'm going to hop right in and talk about the ones that you're going to spam for your chi generation the most. For chi generation, you have a couple spells, but there are two that you're going to spam on cooldown to keep up your chi. Renewing Mist and Expel Harm. You know Expel Harm from Windwalker. It's no difference. It heals you and does some damage and gives you one chi. This, however, costs mana compared to energy. Now, this is one of your it's, I think, one of your lowest, if not the lowest, mana costing heal. Healing Spheres. But yeah, so do that. 46k heal, gives me one chi, no big deal. Put up a Renewing Mist. I got 2 chi as well, and this is an 8-second cooldown. Renewing Mist is your like bread and butter hot. You keep it up at all times on yourself and on other people. It's 17,000 mana, 8-second cooldown. Heals the target for 5k every 2 seconds for 19 seconds. That is a really long hot, guys. It generates 1 chi, and then here's the awesome part about it. Each time Renewing Mist heals, it will also travel to the furthest nearby injured friendly target within 40 yards up to 2 times. Meaning, I can cast this once in RBG, and eventually it will be on myself or whoever I put it on and 2 other people. Meaning, 3 people getting healed from 1 cast. So as I'm spamming this, keep putting it up on other people who don't already have the hot, unless it's, a flag carry and it's about to fade, You want to try and spread this everywhere because you're healing more people and being that much more beneficial in a team fight. So keep those 2 pretty much on cooldown for your chi generation. Now, one thing though with caution is Expel Harm is a heal for yourself specifically. So if you're at full health, it might not be the wisest to use it right then and there, especially if a spell cast is coming towards you. Like if you see a mage just casting a Scorch or a Frostbolt, you could wait like a second to take the damage and then heal some of it instead of healing yourself at full and then taking the damage. So that's situational awareness. You got to pay attention with that type of stuff, which just practice will make perfect. The next thing I'm going to talk about, which is what I kind of mentioned with the Jade Serpent statue, is Soothing Mist. Soothing Mist is going to be what I'm going to call the door opener. And the reason I say that is because it's 3,000 mana for the initial cast and then 3,000 per second. And it heals the target for 72k over 7.5 seconds. And when you heal with Soothing Mist, you have a 30% chance to generate 1 chi. So in a sense, this is your Crackling Jade Lightning heal. So as you see, I have a chance to gain chi. I got 3 chi out of that 1 cast, and literally by the time it was done, only cost 5k mana, which realistically it cost more, but I was regenning it. Now, the reason I call this the door opener is because it opens up it helps other spells by making them instant cast. The spells that it would make instant cast are Surging Mist and Enveloping Mist. The next one we'll talk about is actually Surging Mist, because this one does cost mana. And Enveloping Mist does cost chi. I'm going to cover the 2 chi spells on their own, though. Surging Mist is 26,000 mana, 1.4 second cast, and heals the target for 59,500. If cast while channeling Soothing Mist, Surging Mist will be instant cast. Alright, so that's literally what it sounds like. This spell does not have to be cast with Soothing Mist, though. You can just cast Surging Mist. But why waste your time with that whole cast where you could just do the global and get another one in the same time and have had a hot and possibly an extra chi by doing it that way. Now, one thing about this spell is it is great for burst healing. If someone is just knocked down to like half health and you know that you're not going to get interrupted, meaning like no counter spells, no stuns or anything like that, doing a Soothing Mist and then spamming Surging Mist will top someone off pretty quickly. Like, watch my health pool right now. That was just 2 Surging Mists right there. Bam. Back to full. Back to full, no problem. Now, as you see, I also have 3 chi, which then I can use for other heals. I'm going to talk about those heals right now. As in actually using chi to heal, we have 2 actual heals that have their own unique parts to them. First one I'm going to talk about is Enveloping Mist, which is a 2-second cast, 3 chi cost, 40-yard range, and heals the target for 111,000 over 5.6 seconds, and increases the healing the target receives from your Soothing Mist by 30%. And if you're casting Soothing Mist, it will become an instant cast just like Surging Mist. Now this one does not cost any mana, and honestly, if anyone is taking a good chunk of damage and you have the chi, this is the heal you're going to want to use because it's healing for 24k every 2 seconds. Well, 25k, so and then a 50k crit. It heals a lot, and it heals a lot very fast. It's only in 5.6 seconds. It's not like heals 111k over 14 seconds or 12 seconds. It's in 5.5 seconds, so it does a lot really fast. Plus, it uses your chi to get your mana T stacks faster. This spell I'm going to talk about also once I talk about Uplift, because they have their unique parts of situational parts. Uplift is just a simple 2 chi cost, and it heals everyone that has Renewing Mist active on them, meaning your Renewing Mist hot, for 25k. Now realistically, I think this heals for like 32k for me. Yeah, 32,000. So everyone who has my Renewing Mist hot, this right here, will have gotten healed for 32,000. So in RBGs, this is a very strong heal, especially when you have it on like 4, 5, 6 people easily. That's just 32k healing on everyone if that doesn't even crit, so that's at least 180k healing. So as in spread damage, you know, when everybody's just losing little bits of health, Uplift is a very, very strong heal. However, as in arena settings, usually 1, if not maybe sometimes 2 people are getting hit. If you have the chi, I personally feel Enveloping Mist is much stronger because how much it does heal and the fact that it does buff your other heals as well. Like, if you are still able to keep Soothing Mist, you can just do it no problem. Plus, it's easily on the run. And it does give your mana T-stacks faster. So, as in, I like to just go kind of like a rule by thumb to start out with is use Enveloping Mist in Arena a lot more compared to Uplift. And then in RBGs, you're most likely going to use Uplift a lot more compared to Enveloping Mist. You will still use Enveloping Mist. If your team is pretty much topped off at like 80%, but one guy's at 50% and you have the chi, you should Enveloping Mist that one person to get them up faster compared to just doing Uplift to heal everybody for 10%, and that guy only gets healed for, you know, maybe 10-15% of his health compared to 111,000 healing, if nothing crit even. So that's where situational awareness is going to come in for those 2 heals, but mainly you want to be using chi to get your mana T stacks. Now, saying that, I'm going to talk about mana T stacks. Let's try and make sure I don't lose them real quick. Okay. Mana T stacks are just like our Tiger Eye Brew stacks. They build up as we're fighting, healing, and they need to be used for certain things. For us, it's our mana regen. Now, normally this is just a, like, you give mana back, like, slowly, but now with the glyph, it's a 10-second cooldown, and instantly, if you have 2 stacks, which is all you can consume at one time, so, you know, 10 stacks of Tiger Eye Brew, 2 stacks of Mana Tea for 8% total mana back. So that's, you know, a good amount of mana back, and when you do pop it, it just goes on cooldown for 10 seconds, and you can do it on the run. So having a heavy inflow of getting chi and then using chi to keep up your mana T stacks is one of the best ways to keep your mana up as a Mistweaver. And honestly, the more healing you're putting out to keep up your stacks, the more healing you're actually doing. So don't be reckless with your chi though, just trying to keep up stacks. If people are topped off, don't just spam them to, you know, just get the stacks, unless like you're getting out combat and you're going to lose the chi anyways. That's fine, but normally try and be smart, conserve, and honestly, just be smart is the best thing I could say about it. The next heal I'm going to talk about is your actual level 30 heal tier. I have seen some people use Zen Sphere, but most of them, most Mistweavers I see are using Chi Wave. Chi Wave just seems to do the most healing. You can mess around with and come to your own conclusion. You know, it's a 15-second cooldown, instant cast. Like, when someone's just getting trained, say if a rogue's on target, this spell is great. It's going to do damage to the rogue, number one, number two, but number one mainly, it's going to heal the person also. So, you know, just throw it out there, and it's 27k heal every time it hits them. So, it's definitely nothing to be overlooked. So pretty much like, as in, I wouldn't say just keep this on cooldown, but who's ever taking the most damage, throw it out there, especially if they've got melee near them, because, you know, it'll bounce faster and heal faster. So that's covering the Chi Wave part. One heal that I feel is often overlooked, though, that I feel I really do love it, and that's why I'm spec'd into it, is Chi Torpedo. Chi Torpedo, number one, looks awesome. Number two, it does damage. Number three, it heals. It's healing me for 35k every time. And if you're running Celerity, your Chi Torpedo, you can do it so much more often. And this is something that I even forget about, is it doesn't cost any mana. When you are low on mana or and your guys are still in a team fight, and everybody's kind of group up, Chi Torpedo through your team, it's going to heal everyone 35k it hits, and do damage to people as well. So you could use that, and even when you're escaping, say a rogue jumps on you or a warrior, and you then Chi Torpedo away after he's hit you a couple times, if you've already got other hots on yourself and that, it's just improving your health, your healing to get your health back. So Chi Torpedo is definitely something that where you learn to use it and use it wisely. So yeah, that's it with the Chi Torpedo part. And the next heal is honestly, other than Chi Torpedo, it's my favorite heal, and that's the Healing Spheres. Healing Spheres, for us, as a Mistweaver, only costs 6,000 mana and is spammable, where you can just keep spamming it and spam it and spam it and spam it, and you're going to heal so much in that window of time. See, I'm going to show right now, I'm going to try and take as much damage as possible, and then I'm just going to spam only Healing Spheres to get my health back. I probably just killed myself, but whew, okay, now watch my health. Yeah, let's first, come on, there we go. Alright, now watch. Full health, and that was like maybe 2.5, 3 seconds max, and they're healing for 60k each. This spell is one of those where you know how to use it properly. If you're on the run, or one of your teammates is, and you can keep Healing Sphere in front of them or whatnot, or yourself, you can heal so much on the move for very little mana, and it'll top you off very fast. One great thing I do, if someone doesn't have a gateway or something, you know, I'll put Healing Spheres right under my Transcendence in case I am in trouble and need to get out of a fight. I will then get healed for 180,000 healing right then and there. One thing I do like to do is I will often sometimes tell my partners it's on the statue. I'm like, it's in the statue, so if it's in the middle of the rain, they can roll over the statue and get the... Or gateways. Gateways with a warlock on, where put it by the closest one to where your like safe pillar is, in a sense. When someone comes through the gateway to like escape and, you know, reset a fight, they're gonna get healed for a good chunk. Like, it's way too strong to not use it. So learn how to use the Healing Spheres, pay attention to it, because it's something that like I don't see enough of Mistweavers using it. Like, when you're getting just trained by 2, 3, 4, even 5 horde, and I'm not kidding. I've had 5 people on me. I can just spam Healing Spheres on myself and expel harm, and I'm just keeping myself up. Like, oh, I could just imagine how frustrated they would be with that. So that's covering that spell. But the next one I want to talk about is not an actual heal, but one of our best things in our kit, and that's Thunder Focus Tea. Thunder Focus Tea costs 1 chi, 45-second cooldown, and you receive a jolt of energy, doubling the healing done by your next Surging Mist, or causing your uplift to refresh duration of your Renewing Mist on all targets lasts for 30 seconds. Now, that second part with the Renewing Mist to refresh it is kind of like a PvE thing. It could be good in RBGs, but I tend to like to use it for the double heal on my Surging Mist, because when you use this spell, you're usually using it to burst heal someone up because you're scared they're going to die. The reason I say that is because with our 4-piece set bonus, when you use Thunder Focus Tea, you gain Zen Focus, causing you to be immune to all silence and interrupted effects for 5 seconds. And This is equivalent to a Holy Pally's Aura Mastery. When you put this up, you're going to be able to heal someone, burst someone's health back up pretty fast. I'm going to go ahead and, once again, try not to kill myself, and take a lot of damage real fast. Okay, now I'm going to do, I'll do one more. I'm going to do a quick little Expel Harm to gain some health back. I think that's a little too high. And to get the one chi, then I'm going to Thunder Focus Tea, and then I'm going to Soothing Mist and spam Surging Mist with the buff of how quick I could do it in. So let's see how fast. Yeah, I kind of messed that up. Right there, all within the same buff, I got myself back to full, even with me messing up. In a perfect world, you would go Expel Harm, Thunder Focus Tea, Soothing Mist, and then spam your Surging Mist to get yourself back to full. You don't even have to do that. You could then go and do a Enveloping Mist also, and then you're already topped off with then a huge hot. So even if you are still taking damage, you're going to continue healing. Now, something I need to know about this spell is it does not make you non-interruptible. Even though it says no silence and no interrupts, you still can get CC'd. You still can get cheap. You could get stunned, blind, gouge, paralysis, fears, whatnot. It just means you cannot get kicked, meaning spear, hand strike, kick, pummel, rebuke, stuff like that. So use it wisely, and it's great to use when like your partner or yourself are taking a lot of damage or could die and you need to get that heal off. Use Thunder Focus Tea, but make sure you have the chi. I often will go to hit, I'm like, oh, I don't have a chi. But all you have to do really is Renewing Mist or an Expel Harm, and you can do it no problem. See, like once again, bam, right there. I had the buff even for another second, and I got myself 2 to 3 Surging Mist and Enveloping Mist up. Yeah, very strong. So that's covering those heals, and I'm going to go ahead and cut off here, and I'm going to see you in the next little bit. Alright guys, now the last little thing I'm going to talk about, the healing part, is your major cooldowns. Now as a major cooldowns, we have 2 that I want to talk about in depth, and they are Life Cocoon and Revival. Life Cocoon is 15,000 mana, 2-minute cooldown, and you put a bubble around someone that absorbs 277,000 damage and increases all periodic healing they take by 50%. It lasts for 12 seconds, and it's usable while stunned. This is usable while stunned because I do have the glyph of Life Cocoon. If you do not have it, you cannot use the spell while stunned, so make sure you have that glyph. Back on track though. This is number one, it looks really cool, as you can see, but it puts such a big bubble on people that it will stop most damage, or most people will stop hitting that target. 370k damage absorbed right now with my spell power, plus improved HOTS. So you can heal a lot while they're in it, but people will still try and kill through it. But it just gives you time to catch up with it, especially if you eat a full Hammer of Justice and your partner's at 40% with no defensives. You can cocoon them if they're in LOS to you, and they'll live where normally they would have died there. So that's something you have to get situational awareness to know when to use it and when to use it properly. Because it is a 2-minute cooldown. If you do waste it, say someone ice blocks and then you life cocoon them, and there's no mass dispel coming or whatnot, it was kind of a waste. You shouldn't normally have done that. So make sure you don't stack them with other big defensive cooldowns, and use it well, because it will save your butt and other people's butts. The next big cooldown is Revival. Revival is 23,000 mana, 3-minute cooldown, and it instantly heals all party and raid members within 100 yards for 124,000, and clears all magical debuffs, poison, and disease. Meaning you completely get rid of DK diseases, sheeps, all that off of everybody. Now this is a crazy strong in RBGs. As an arena, this is good for a almost like an NS heal in a sense. But this does it to everyone. However, there is a possible downside. When you dispel certain spells like UA and Vampiric Touch, you will have harmful effects happen to you, the healer. You will get, number one, feared by the Vampiric Touch, which then, that's not good. And then with UA, you take a lot of damage and you're silenced for a couple seconds. So be careful when using this spell. Even though it does heal a lot, you could actually put yourself in a bad situation where then you might get CC chained and then they win off of it. So you do have to make sure you're using those spells properly. So those are just like two main cooldowns that are specifically to Mistweavers. So other than obviously the good old using Transcendence to your advantage to like be mobile, like oh you're on me over here, and then teleport back behind a pillar and heal yourself up before they could come interrupt you. It's practice, 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 practice. Practice makes perfect. You need to get your own play style. People ask me all the time, I'm a monk for Windwalker. They're like, I can play Mistweaver, but I can't do Windwalker. How do you do with this? There is no specific way. There's how I play it. There's how, Emo Pie plays it his own way. Emo Pie, I noticed when I first played with him, he was really helped me in my defensive game. He really knew how to be mobile and defensive with like fighting other people, and I picked up on it. I like to be in the aggressive in your face type or whatnot, so that's how my play style is, and that's why I tend to, people are like, you do really good damage, you're a monk, but it's because I'm just going crazy at going ham, just trying to kill something, so doing damage is my thing. With this as Mistweaving, I originally used to play as like in RBGs, I'm way in the back. Way in the back, but now I'll use Chi Torpedo to come up, damage some people, and heal other people, and then go right. Like you could go into the fight and then just Chi Torpedo right back out too. So it's pretty cool. Come up with your own play style, and let me know in the comments below. How do you guys like your monk? Do you like my play style, or do you have anything you'd like to add, or what you think I should try out? Comment below and let me know. So I'm gonna cut it off here, and I'll have a little like couple things I'll say at the end, and I hope to see you guys there. Alright guys, now it's going to wrap up this vid. Real quick before I let you go, just a couple things. I'm going to be throwing out more content this week, as in I'm not really sure which class it might be, because it could be more feral content, Windwalker, Mistweaver. I guess you're just going to have to check back and find out. There will be more than just one though, so if you came by and you saw Windwalker footage, you're like, I was looking for feral, come back again, you might see it the next day, or Mistweaver, or vice versa. So that was the main thing I just want to cover. I'm going to be putting out some stuff this week. Sorry this vid took so long. Once again, file was corrupt before, and I've had really crappy internet for the past couple days where I haven't been able to record it. But finally got it done here. And if you did feel I might have missed something and you have a question, please comment below, let me know, and I will answer them as soon as possible. Also, if you guys did like the vid, please like, favorite, and subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. And this is Ravedge saying, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the BGs.